Marlbs here, and I want to talk to you today about the Xbox Showcase. Now, I got to be honest with you. Let's get this out of the way. I wanted to think about what I wanted to say about this and give it some time to sink in, because this was a very pivotal showcase for Microsoft. And did they accomplish what they needed to? I think so. I do think it was one of the best showcases that they've done in a long time. And let's talk about why. First, let's talk about the biggest news of the show, or perhaps the craziest news of the show, is the incredible look of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I gotta tell you, I said to many of my friends that I had never seen a game as good as that. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 looks amazing, and I think it's going to be one to really play. Doom Dark Ages won't be out till 2025. I thought that looked really good. Very impressed with the look of the game itself. You know, and that's one of the things I think that people need to realize, is that right now we are really starting to get some of the games that can take advantage of the series level hardware, and we're seeing some of the things that you could do with the Xbox Series X that we have never seen before. So let's talk about some other ones. Now, of course, the expansion packs of Starfield and Fallout. The Skyline Valley pack is going to be coming right away, and Starfield later this year. You know, I don't know. I thought the Fallout 76 one, the trailer looked pretty cool. But the Starfield one I was less impressed with, and I'm not quite sure why. But it just didn't really excite me that much, but they are coming. Expedition 33, which comes out in 2025, another one to really watch for. That one I think looks really good. South of Midnight, another 2025 release. I do think that one's going to be really, really hot too. Of course, World of Warcraft is getting the War Within on 8/20, I think it's 8 August, September time frame, and that's coming too. Of course, we've saw the new Age of Mythology Retold. Age of Mythology Retold I thought looked amazing. I always have liked the Age of Mythology game, and I thought that this definitely looks like a hit that Microsoft has on their hands. That'll be out in September. A Perfect Dark trailer was amazing. Now, I gotta tell you, I think that they've had a really troubled development on that. You know, it was good to see that things are really starting to come together for that. Now, it was all in-game footage. That was all in-game footage, which I thought was really amazing. Fable, you know, now they're talking about a 2025 release for that. It did look good. Thought it was really one that stood out to me. I do think Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, it was amazing. I am so happy that that's coming this fall. Definitely one that I have got my eye on. In addition to that, we saw Avowed. Avowed was good. I thought Avowed was one that I really thought was cool. And honestly, the one that was kind of a sleeper to me that I had no idea was Rebellion Entertainment's Atomfall. I hear that's going to be a day one Game Pass too. One other thing too I might mention is that the Doom Dark Ages is a multi-platform. That will be coming to PlayStation too, so that is not an Xbox exclusive. Avowed, of course. Stalker 2 looked great. I think that's coming along. But my other star of the show was Gears of War 6 Immersion Day, or E-Day. And you know, that was something that I thought we were going to see Gears 6. So I had already kind of prepared myself for that, but honestly, this is really more what I want, because it gets back to the original Gears with the original characters, which I think is really cool. So I'm definitely excited about it. The thing that I did also think was really cool in the trailer is that the look of the game has definitely progressed even more with the latest use of the Unreal Engine. I'm hearing that this is going to be like a 2025 late, maybe a 2026 title. So we've got a little bit of waiting on the Gears. The biggest disappointment of the show was the lack of an announcement of Forza Horizon. I really thought we were going to get a Forza Horizon announcement, and we did not get that. The other thing I think people need to realize is there was a lot of other ancillary announcements that were made outside of the show. For instance, the beta for Valorant is one that comes to mind. And, you know, so there are some other games, Lollipop Chainsaw repopped, few others that weren't at the show that are definitely still coming as well, and definitely worthy of attention as well. But things look really good for Xbox. But, you know, one thing I think people are going to have to get used to is the idea that many games are not going to be Xbox platform exclusives anymore. And Phil Spencer says that they are going to go multi-platform with a lot of the titles. And I certainly understand the financial reasoning, but, you know, it's disappointing in some ways. I do think that a lot of us will be disappointed, I guess you would say, or very you know, hard for us to see like pivotal titles like Gears of War or maybe even Halo end up on PlayStation. I just think that would be a mistake. Now, as for hardware, there weren't any controller announcements. I really thought we were going to see an Elite Series 3 announcement, but there just wasn't one. The console announcements I found to be a little bit fascinating. The biggest one being the limited edition Series X that does have an optical drive. And it does have a Starfield sort of a paint job, not like Starfield the game, but sort of a Starfield in the sky type of look to it. It is a special edition release. Now, the interesting thing is that they'd also introduced a Series X without the disk drive, as we predicted. And these are both going to be 2 terabyte consoles. So if you are able to land the special edition with the drive, you can get the 2 terabytes. If you're able to land the regular without, you can still get 2 terabytes. Now, what does that mean? Well, what that does mean is you'll be able to plug a 2 terabyte card into it. You'll have 4 terabytes of storage. But the disappointment of no 4 terabyte card announcement is another problem that I think Microsoft's going to have to address. The issue, I think, right now is that the price of flash memory is kind of high, and a 4 terabyte card is going to be expensive. But I'll tell you, storage is going to be at a premium with a lot of these new games tipping, you know, the 150 gig mark, and maybe even more than that. I do think the market is changing some, and you know, I don't know that, you know, physical media, what is going to happen with this? Well, Microsoft didn't say a whole lot about that, other than that, you know, they are looking to preserve consoles going forward and the software going forward. And they have indicated that they want to make sure that backwards compatibility is still a thing. But does that mean that they're going to move to ARM processors? I don't think anyone knows the answer to that yet, but I do think there is a strong possibility that that is something that they're definitely engaged at looking at. But are we there yet? We don't really know. What we do know is that they want to do more AI, and they want to do more fantastic games, and that's what I think is the best news of the whole show. I guess, you know, beyond Forza Horizon 6 not being announced, it was a good show overall. Still would have liked to see the Elite Series 3 announced. Still would have liked to seen another Xbox storage card at 4 terabyte announced. But overall, it was a winner, and I don't think you can say anything bad about it. My name is Marlbs. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Now subscribe for me. Bye now.